One comment that we often get from clients who are used to doing things like crunches, leg lifts that involve movement of the torso is that none of this stuff actually involves directly training the abs. What I'm going to show you here are a couple of things that you can do after your strength training to help to address that problem. What we're going to concentrate on with training of our abdominals is building isometric endurance. All right, so we want to train them to be both strong and stable. And in order to do so, we're going to utilize a technique or a series of exercises known as the plank matrix. What a plank matrix consists of is a frontal plank, a side plank, and finishing up with a bridge. All right, with this, there are several progressions to each of these movements. I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of how to move this along. But using this as your primary training tool, this will dramatically improve your client's performance. It's going to flatten their stomach, and it's really going to address everything that they need. Simply teaching them to become familiar with the sequence of movements is really all you will ever need to efficiently train the client's core. All right, so what we're going to start out with is what we would call phase 1 plank matrix. We're just starting here in a plank position, instructing the client to keep their abs tight. Alright, I'm just looking for around a 10-second hold here. The goal is just to keep everything straight, coming down, resetting, resting for a minute, and coming back up. Alright, if the client is bracing, they're performing an intense brace here, they're really going to feel their abs contracting, and that is going to give them the sensation, the burn that they're looking for there. Alright, and that's what we want them to do. That we want them to feel that sensation, but we also want them to prevent motion. That's really the most important thing. Throughout this planking progression here, again, I want you to be tapping, making sure that they're maintaining this, and asking them where they feel this exercise. Alright, obviously if they're feeling it in the low back, then we want to stop and reset. Alright, from our planking or our frontal plank position, we're going to go into a phase 1 side plank. Alright, this is performed with my knees bent. Alright, we're simply raising up here from the knees. Again, I'm asking the client where they feel it. They should feel it here. They should feel tightness. You should keep everything straight. One of the common errors you're going to see here is the client rotating under. Instruct them to push their hips forward. There should almost be like a sideways squat here, so everything is straight, lined up. Again, and then we would just ask the client to switch to the other side. And then finally finishing up with a double leg bridge. Again, I'm just pushing my hips into the air here, pressing down into the ground, keeping my abs tight, and instructing the client to squeeze the butt cheeks here as well and to maintain stability here. You should still be pressing here, making sure that they've got that contraction going on. And that's what we're looking for. In its entirety, the plank matrix would be performed together. Alright, so if we had 10 seconds here, we'd ask the client to switch. 10 seconds here. 10 seconds here. Really trying to maintain this neutral spine as we hinge forward. All right. As the client became better at this, we could progress this by doing things like elevating the feet. Okay, and for the side plank, straightening the legs out. Throughout this motion, though, the idea is we keep everything straight, we keep the abs tight, and that is the side plank and plank matrix.